Rob, I guess first question: have you recovered from Tuesday night yet?
Yeah, just about. It was an incredible night. That's why Arsenal are gonna, I'm sure go very, very deep into almost every competition and be fighting for the big trophies. The top teams, they find a way, and credit to them. Fortunately, we couldn't quite hang on. But there was a lot of positives to take from the night. It was, like I said, it was a special night. The fans were amazing. The Kenny was rocking, and to push them all the way was, it was a huge credit to the players.
You said after the game you felt flat, and the players said they felt the pain, but you were proud of their efforts, certainly. And you also said that come Wednesday, don't worry about it, they'll be back in training, prepared for this. What's the reaction been this week in training?
Yeah, exactly that. We came in, we dusted ourselves down, reviewed it the day after, trained, stroke recovery, and got it all out of the system. Obviously there was areas that we were far from perfect and areas that we can improve, and that's always the case. So even if we'd have won the game, that would have been the same. And it was good to get that done and then focus on, what is another really, really tough game.
I'll get to that in a second. Mm-hmm. One thing that stood out to me, we know about your strength set pieces. That's something you've worked on a lot. You've also said so many times that people from the outside might perceive the way we play football as boring football at times, but there were certainly large periods of that game where it was anything but boring.
Yeah, I don't know if I've used the word boring, James. I don't know. I think it's been more direct. I think people would say as well, but no, I think we're like I said, we're evolving and changing as we go, and I think at this level, we've had to change. We've had to adapt. We couldn't be the same team that we were last year that got promoted from the Championship, and we worked that out fairly early on, and we've had to see it and feel it a little bit. And look, we're by no means where I want us to be, but we are able to change. We are able to look after the ball better. I thought the third goal, actually all three of the goals, if the set pieces were the set pieces, but the press to win the ball back, then actually the control to be able to keep it to win the set piece. There was good moments of play and possession before that, which may go unnoticed sometimes, but that's fine. I don't mind us going under the radar like that. We have to try and be better and have more control at the right times. We want to retain a fast nature to the game. We want to attack quickly. That's one of our strengths, but we can't turn over the ball as much as we have done and did do maybe last year, and that's what I'm starting to see more of.
Right, let's move on to Sunday, and the challenge doesn't get any easier with Manchester City. It was actually one of the comms team spoke to me when I arrived and said, City, how do we beat them? I don't know. How do you go about preparing for Manchester City?
Well, we try and play to our strengths. We obviously make the players aware of theirs. They're very many strengths. I think the bottom line is we don't want it to be a comfortable day. We've got to try and get them out of their comfort zone if we can. And if we allow City, like anyone, if you allow them to play the game and have complete control, which they can do, and they've done to loads and loads of teams, then it can be a really, really difficult day. It's going to be a really difficult day anyway, but we're going to try and play our way, try and play to our strengths, and not allow them to have the game they want.
There's been a lot of talk around Manchester City's form recently as well. 4 games without a win. Is that cliche? Is it a good time to play them? Is it a bad time to play them?
I'm just excited that we're playing them, and I think the whole football club should be as well. I think look what they've done in recent years. They're a winning machine. They are. I know, all right, they've had a few difficult results. I think the 3 previous games before Villa, they could easily have won all of those games as well. They were creating big chances and just didn't for whatever reason. And we're going to expect the best, Manchester City, and that's what we're preparing for. So I don't think the recent run of not winning, not saying not performing well, but not winning makes any difference at all.
And going up against Pep Guardiola. Is this like, when you're getting into management, is this what you dream of? These are the moments you want to be on that touchline alongside a manager like Pep Guardiola? Yeah,
look, I think we've got the best managers, I think, in the world in this league, and we're really lucky, and I think he is the best. I think his record speaks for itself. I remember being first team coach at Wolves a number of years back, and like watching his Bayern Munich team and really falling in love with that team and how they were playing and the style and what they were doing. I think that my favourite ever game of football is that second leg semi-final against Atletico Madrid, where Bayern Munich were an incredible football team. They could easily have won the Champions League. I know it's fine margins when you get to that stage. That game, that second leg semi-final, was one of my favourite games ever. I think the intensity, the quality that they played with, and they just missed out on an away goal, but that time and wherever he's been, he's won. He's the man. So it will be be a real privilege to go up against him, his staff, and his team.
And finally, for me, let's check on the team. Any issues after the game on Tuesday?
Obviously, Issa Kabore is not eligible. It's his parent club. We're hoping that Locks will be back involved, which is really, really good for us. There's one or two that we're hoping to be all right. There's one or two, and people will see them from the team sheet if we are struggling. But I'm hoping that we'll be as we were, but with the addition of Locks and obviously losing Issa Kabore. Thank you.
Hi, Rob.
Hi.
You couldn't have come any closer to getting a point against Arsenal on Tuesday. What is it about your side that's making these top teams have to work so hard against you?
I'd like to think we're a good team ourselves. We're in the Premier League. We're a good team. I know we're going to get judged against the best teams, and we've lost a number of games this year. But I think we're showing that we're competing well. I think especially at home, again, Kenilworth Road has shown it's a unique place. It's not easy to come to. Every game has been really tight there as well. So. I want to give credit to the players there. They're the ones that go out there and do it, and they're giving absolutely everything, and they come in every day wanting to improve and get better. We're trying to give them the platform, the environment to do that, and I've been so proud of the way that they're going about it so far this season. And I want to keep saying it. Ultimately, we want to get more points, and we need to get more points on the board. But I think we're going about it in the right way.
You talk about tight games there, and you show you can really compete against the big teams, of course, getting that point against Liverpool, and then so close against Manchester United, Spurs, Arsenal. Those defeats, you lost the game by just one goal. Mm-hmm. Is that frustrating, encouraging, a bit of both perhaps? Maybe
a bit of both. It is frustrating. You think about the goal we conceded against Tottenham. Tottenham created some big chances early on in that game, but then obviously, with the setting off right on half time, things changed a little bit. We had a big opportunity, didn't take it, and then the way we conceded was it was a quick, short set piece. That's frustrating. Conceded almost from a second phase of a set piece against Manchester United, even though they missed one or two big chances. Those are frustrating moments. Thinking how we lost the games. That's a big area of focus in our training at the moment. But again, it's got to give us belief and confidence as well. Because let's be honest, these are giant football clubs that have been at the top for a very long time. They're used to winning. They spend a lot of money. They've got top players. To be competing with these teams, everyone deserves a lot of credit for that as well. But you normally get the credit when you win and you get results, and that's what we've got to try and find a way of doing.
Another giant to come then on Sunday. I know you've spoken about the fact you're a big fan of Pep Guardiola. You've read his books. What have you taken from him?
I don't want any comparisons at all. I just love the way his teams are played, and I think control with and without the ball, really, really aggressive, exciting to watch. He's evolved and never been exactly the same from his Barcelona team to Bayern to Manchester City, continued to win. I know they've got great players, but then the headaches that he must have, the selection headaches as well when you're working with those top players, because they'll all want to play. And dealing with that pressure of having to win every game really every week, because they're fighting on all fronts every week of the season, probably 60 odd games or whatever it is. So, and to be doing that relentlessly year on year on year, I'm not sure how he does that. What I've learned, I don't know. I've been able to watch his teams and study them over the years, but just a lot of respect for him.
You say the pressure they're under to win. I mean, they're winless in their last 4 games. With that in mind, is there more pressure on them then this weekend?
I think there's always more pressure on the opposition against Luton Town anyway. I think there is, because I think we've dealt with that well over the last year since we've been in, and the boys deal with that. That's no problem. I feel last year in the Championship, but I didn't want to play the underdog card. It was the boys deserved the credit to be we were going into games believing we could win, and we showed that. I don't think there's any shame this year in saying that, okay, we're going to be the underdogs in almost every game. Maybe not every single one, I don't know, but certainly when the treble winners are coming to our place, they're going to be favourites.
Yeah, treble winners, but off the pace by their standards at the minute. They've conceded 9 goals in their last 4 league games. Where do you see their weaknesses right now?
I don't think they've got many weaknesses. I'm certainly not going to talk about any now and embarrass myself now. No, I just think they've got strength in every single area, and yeah, I know they're going to get back to winning ways. We just hope it's not this weekend. We're going to be doing everything we can to try and get something from the game.
Win, lose or draw, will you be hoping to share a glass or something with Pep after the game?
It depends. I don't know. Be great to be able to pick his brains, but I know we're all very busy after the game. There's about 500 interviews to do, especially when it's the big games as well. There's a lot of talking. So sometimes I pass the other manager in the corridor and it's like, oh, well done, and and that's it as far as it goes. We'll see.
All the best.
Thank you.
Lokonga and Nakamba, do they come into the squad on Sunday?
I hope so. Yeah, they trained today, so that's a real positive for us as well. Sambi's obviously been out for a long time, not had loads of minutes, so got to be sensible with how we integrate him back into it. But yeah, he is available.
Any other injuries? Any of the others on the grass yet?
Go on, name names for me and I'll.
Burke,
Berkey is very close. Anyone else?
Anderson's still away.
No, Mads is progressing well. No, Mads is very close into full training as well. So.
And then just Potts was the other one.
Yeah, we said, didn't we, last week, had a little bit of a setback, so still assessing that one at the moment and just trying to get to the bottom of it.
Missing Kabore is, especially if Doku plays, is a bit of a concern, isn't it, with how good he is on that left-hand side?
I think whoever plays for us is going to have their work cut out against Doku anyway, so yeah, we'll try and quadruple up against him, I think.
How pleasing has it been? The home form it's got better and better, hasn't it? You played well against Liverpool, Crystal Palace, obviously, and then the best performance probably was the Arsenal game. Is that pleasing that the Kenny is becoming what you hoped?
Yeah. I mean, look, every game's been tight. I think the West Ham game, we're still going through that learning process. We're working things out a little bit early on in the season, and if we played that game again, we'd be different now, no doubt about it. But we were still working out. I was still working out as well. I like the way we're going about it at home. I think we're all feeling it and sensing now that we can be ourselves there and feel at home, in that environment. And I think the fans are sensing it as well. We're going to need them on Sunday. It'll be a little bit different, 2 o'clock to an evening kick-off under the lights. You know that as well. So we're certainly going to need them to bring their singing voices early on.
How pleasing was it that you rotated the front 3 and they did all really well, didn't they? So you have got that strength in depth.
Yeah, we knew we had that as well, and I just felt it was the right call, that freshness. We had to run. You've got to run and run hard against Arsenal and City, any team. You're going to get anything from, especially at this level. But yeah, after a tough game against Brentford, only to go a few days later against Arsenal, for us to ask them to play the way we did, we felt that the change of the front 3 was important. They did great.
Some Luton friends are saying to me, Ross Barkley must be close to an England call-up the way he's playing.
Again, I don't want another headline like that. No, I'm not going to give you one. I'm just delighted with the way he's performing.
Manchester City, you'll obviously have watched them against Villa, and they didn't quite look like the City that we know. But Roger will come back, won't he? And Stones is getting fitter. Grealish will be back. It's not going to be the same.
Doku as well. Yeah. No, I don't think it will. I don't think it will be the same. No, I went to the game the other night and I was really impressed with Villa. I thought they were outstanding, and they did deserve the win in the end. But it's probably very rare you can say that against the Manchester City team. But you're right. I expect it to be a little bit different. There'll be 1 or 2 players coming in, and it'll be a bit of a different team.
If you do get a result, it'll be the first time Pep has ever, in his managerial career, not won in 5 games. Nice incentive.
Yeah. I mean, that's not why we're going to try and win the game. It's not for that. We're just, as I say, we've got to do it for ourselves. We've got to try and do our job. We've fallen below that dotted line after last night as well, and we need to be picking up the points for ourselves, not for anything else.